All right, we're live.
We're live. Welcome to the Sugar Ray summer.
You're just trying
When's
to
the
find
last
your
time you
go-to
listened to
line.
When's It Over? Or I'm tired. Um,
It's been a
I just
while.
found out actually that Sugar Ray's playing nearby, and I'm actually really excited. I want to go see Sugar Ray.
That's awesome.
Okay, sorry.
No reason to be sorry. No.
Advent. All right, code.
Yeah, we're here. It's been a few weeks. Uh, Mother's Day got in the way.
Yeah,
That's all right.
that's okay. Shit happens.
Yeah. Any shout outs before we get started?
Uh, nope. We don't shout out on this channel. Sorry.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah,
want to watch something else.
that's true. All right,
All
we'll
right,
just jump in over to our discovery tree then.
let's do it. All right, so I honestly don't remember at all what we were doing. So this is great that we have this discovery tree.
Yeah, that's what happens when we, put pause on work. So
Yeah.
it looks like, based on our legend, we were looking at trying to score zeros for losses and six for wins.
Oh yeah, we were
Um,
doing rock paper scissors, advent of code, very fun. Gotcha. My brain is coming back to me. If I remember correctly, I think we were in the middle of a refactor and we left a test. Um,
I
but
think that's accurate.
the true context, yeah, is that we were trying to score basically if the opponent's given basically a win. So if the opponent gives us scissors and we give rock, we win. So kind of that scoring.
Yes. All right. Hopefully, after when you finish that up, it really should just be taking in strategy and kind of building in that interface. We kind of went from a bottom-up design on this one.
Yeah, that was it. Strategy guide. That was the idea.
All right. Switching
Cool.
over to look at code. Let's see if we can run our tests here. See if we have that failing test. We have that ignored test. Determines when.
Yay.
So it looks like we tried to refactor round rules, which that might, yeah, I
Something
remember that
something
because we couldn't
applesauce.
think of, yeah, something, something applesauce. I remember too, immediately after stream, I actually thought of a better name.
Oh, perfect. What is that?
I don't know, it was 2 weeks ago. I don't
Oh, maybe it'll
know.
come back to us. Something something applesauce is starting to jog my memory, to be honest. Okay.
I know it
Cool.
was in Slack. I know I slacked it to you. But again, that was 2 weeks ago.
That's too far away.
I
I
know,
think
right?
let's actually take the experiment of let's see if your brain will just
Ah, I
by
found it. I found
oh
it.
you did find it.
Round Result. Round Result was my name.
Ooh, yeah, that's a great name. Round result, paper rock, and then we win is a boolean. Yeah, okay, love it. Round result. I like that because it's way more. It makes sense with the call you make at the end.
Yep.
Cool. Run the test and let's see what we got.
It was a rename, so that passed. Go ahead and do a commit. To, oh wait, round
You renamed two
rules.
round result. I don't even remember what it was. Sweet.
Awesome. I think that's possibly our quickest commit on this stream. 4 minutes into the stream and already committing.
Yeah.
All right, so we wanted to take this. Let's unignore it and run.
Yes. And will it pass? The answer is actuals undefined. It's an array of undefined. That's even better.
That is even better.
So, oh wait. So it by definition in JavaScript, if there's nothing, it interesting. Okay, can we return just simple as possible, return true? You're in the prints list.
I I can't return to the fringe list.
What? Why not? Yay. Okay, that makes it fail. And then I think if
Slightly better.
yeah, I think I'm good if we want to do simple as possible and triangulate this just because I know these rules will be. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Uh-huh. Hard code. Can we win? You passed us. All right. So we didn't really talk about if we're going to ping pong or not today. Do you want me to write the next failing test and we'll kick it off from there?
Yeah, and actually, I'm trying to remember. Can we do a little quick jump up in the code? Because I feel like we already wrote all this and we were just talking about moving the logic here. Like,
Yeah. So I think we have the we win here. I
yeah,
think it looked like we moved is tie down.
we were talking about,
Yeah.
and that's what we were doing. We're moving we win, and that's what I'm getting at is I think we have tests that we might just be able to just toss over. Um, can we look on the left just for a sec and look at um
I think these are our big tests that are looking at scores on whether we're
oh
winning or
yeah, and
not.
that's why we wanted to break it up because it's confusing. Okay, yeah, never mind. We can just ignore it then because I think we'll have these smaller tests. And this is kind of us pinning down what behavior we even wrote in the first place. This is great.
And I think with we have paper and we have rock, we have this
And we
case at
did
least.
paper and scissors. Okay, so then let's do the paper and scissors test, and then we can triangulate it by just put. I'll just we'll just put the logic in there and see what happens.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and that determines for paper versus scissors. I'm gonna do this differently. I want scissors. This is our shape versus paper.
Yep.
And looking at round result, our shape is scissors. Their shape is paper. And I also thought about opponent shape and our shape. I wonder if this is just player one shape, player two shape potentially, or something different.
I
But
think we talked about that, and the main problem was just because all we care about right now is if we win. I think Yagni on that name, just because we'll probably confuse ourselves more if we say player one, player two. I love that Prettier put that dot true in the next line.
yeah, that's why I'm going to extract variable there and make it at least.
Yep.
So
Good.
this actually, to be true, is passing.
Passes. All right. Well, I guess yeah, we need a losing one. So I guess you got to write a third test.
Dang. Loser for scissors versus rock.
Yep.
And I want this to be false.
Yep. And now it should fail. All right. And I'm going to take it over.
Yep. Go for
And
it.
I know the simplest possible. I could probably just do a little bit of magic with some of that, but I think we have logic. We were just trying to move it. Can I simply possibly just take this logic and just put it on this, put it right here without thinking? Like all the names actually work. Which, yeah, okay. And they do pass. Something applesauce. All right. And these tests are correct. So I think this feels pretty good. This is a pretty good commit point. So we're gonna call this what? Move over existing we win logic onto round result.
Yeah.
Okay. So red green, is there any refactorings we would like to perform before
I think we
moving on
want
to
to
the next
inline
phase?
now. I think we can inline on our first we win that is tested.
I like that
Okay.
idea a lot. So,
It's going to look
and
a
it
lot
looks
like
like it's,
it's tie. Yeah.
I'm just going to do the same thing. We win. All right. Well, that
Love
works.
it.
I'm going to commit there. use round result, and we win on what is this class called? Round.
Round.
Oh, okay. Any other refactors? We got duplication here with new round
Yeah.
result. Do we want to do that in the constructor maybe?
I was thinking constructor or just in a method. One of the two.
Uh,
Constructor makes sense. I
let's
generally don't like adding newing up objects in other people's constructors.
wonder if we could just
Um,
move it up as a field in general. Introduce field. Okay.
there you
Yeah,
go.
I think actually you can just do that. Like you don't even it's not it ends up being in the constructor, but you don't even see it. So, I mean, let's see. Does that actually work? And we can do read only too to make it
I like the read
you know,
only.
I like the read only, but then it adds it on its own line. Okay, let's see if that works. It does work. Okay, so that means that these actually this is an interesting learning experience for me. That means that this gets executed after the constructor gets executed. That's kind of cool.
Correct.
Did that? No, I was not smart enough to do that though. That's okay. I can help it there. This dot round result dot is tie. Um, commit here. Do we want to inline we win in his tie? Does it make sense to have these as two private methods?
Yeah, no, I think inlining is good.
Let's go look at usage then. If this dot round result that we win, yeah, that looks. I mean that. Okay, now our class is like 20 lines long. That's pretty cool. Okay, run the test. Everything's good. I'm gonna commit. Extract round result as uh field of round. Yeah, look at that. We got rid of 3 lines of code. That is
Hooray!
cool.
That's what refactoring's all about.
Though, if you look at the total amount, we definitely gain lines of code, but we've decoupled design. We made things easier to test. So cool. All right. Failing test next, or do we want? Is there any other refactors we see?
We talked about briefly now that we're remembering is maybe moving one of these to its own file just to help us out a little bit.
Yeah, we could move round result to its own file. I've been refactoring. Do you want to take over? I know. And then when we get back to ping pong, I can write the failing test after. You wanna- Let's see.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, let's just move. Which one do we want to move to its own file?
I think let's leave. Let's move round result to its own file. It's weird that I want to do camel case there. Must have been some kind of setting. All right. Perfect. Actually, now I see something applesauce. Round result. And I'm okay if we keep the tests all in one file just for the sake of us not having to
Yeah.
open up 30 test files. But cool.
All right. So let's commit.
Yeah.
Move round result to its own file. I think that's
Nice.
all.
The other thing I think actually, if you scroll up in the test file, is do we extract shape to its own describe, or is it its like shape was the test at the top? No, we did not. Oh, we have an inner describe. Yeah, why don't we let's just move that out to its own describe.
Okay.
Maybe we put yeah, that's fine. Actually, what's interesting, you ran the test, but I only see shape. I don't see the third one. Oh, is
Oh,
that because
it is also nested. So let's fix
okay.
that.
Yeah, I'm good with it not being nested.
There we go.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Nice. I like that.
All right. So check in dash M. We reorganize, describe. Right, sir. I think we have to go through all our cases of win, right?
Yeah, here. So I can write the next failing test, which I believe is going to be. And actually, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just dupe this test. So determines winner. Actually, hold up. Let's put that one up by the winning test. Let's put all the winning tests by each other.
Maybe just do a describe for winning tests and losing tests, and then
Yeah,
even
we
be
could do
better.
that. Let me
And
here, I'll do that.
and
I'll
that
do that
way
first.
we can clean up the
Yeah, I like that.
well,
No,
the first
tie.
one's a
Oh,
tie. Yeah.
okay. Well, we'll leave tie alone. I don't. We're not gonna have more than one test for tying, so
I think that means
we'll put tie at the
like
top.
the it can get changed to not determines winner. Just say paper for winning for paper versus rock. So just keep it at 4.
Winning for paper rock
I
or
like that.
scissors paper. Yeah, I like it too. And then losing. Um, then or scissors versus rock. Okay. Okay. I think that's a nice little commit right before we get into this. So we can say introduce, describe blocks to make tests easier to navigate. Right. So now we wanted the next easy failing test would be we write the last winning case, which is going to be we have paper. So the left one's ours. Paper,
And rock.
scissors. So it'd be rock for rock versus scissors. I run that. It fails. And those tests are so fast. I love it. All right. Take it over.
They don't even register time. 0 milliseconds.
No, it's so fast that time. Yeah.
Is scissors and this dot our shape that is rock. Return true.
All right.
Went
Nice.
down one font size just to see if it would help us see a little bit more info. Because now that it pushed it on another line,
That's fine.
yeah. All right, and that runs tests. Add final winning case detail. All right. So if we do this, if we have rock, we lose to paper. If we want rock and paper.
Yep. And that should pass.
Okay.
We've
And next
implemented
one,
losing by
scissors,
just
rock,
only
paper.
implementing winning.
And paper loses to scissors, right?
Yep.
It is still good to, I think, document.
Oh yeah, totally. You put paper rock, paper scissors,
That is true.
and that's fine because that showed that hey, logic sound.
So yeah, just to look at our cheat structure here. Round result, winning for paper versus rock. For rock scissors versus for rock versus scissors.
Yep.
Cool.
And this is nice. We've taken pretty much um this is maybe the most interesting part of the problem, and we've put it all just in one little class. Well, I guess two little classes because shape's also part of it. We wrapped that primitive.
Yeah.
But awesome. Okay.
So now if we look at this, I think that means we have all of our things of +6 that we now win. We have all of our things of +3 and we're leaving. But looking at this logic, is there anything to refactor and clean? This has a couple of smells to me, but there could be maybe more elegant, more clean.
Could be. Yeah. I'm trying to think. What are some of your ideas? I had one, but then I realized it's just the same thing. But what are you thinking?
I was thinking maybe a map or a
It's
set.
kind of what it's kind of what it is. I think I'd be down to experiment with trying a map. It's interesting because it's a map that would have two keys, which you can do as long as you encapsulate how the map is accessed. Um,
Is it worth it though? Will it help with readability?
I don't know if it actually will,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we're still going to have to access the map the same way here of saying is scissors and is rock. Well, no, I guess we wouldn't actually because we would just be putting in the opponent's shape and our shape. So this method would look simpler, and then we would just have again a map of what happens. Um,
What if we described this in a method? So if I look at this,
yeah, yeah, trap.
is rock versus scissors.
Oh yeah, I like that. I think that actually does read nicer, even though yeah.
And I'm keeping rock here specific to
I,
our shape because it's
I
always
think if
we
we
win.
look at compromises of like how much time it takes to do something and readability, I think this takes 5 seconds to do and definitely makes
Uh,
the actual
is paper versus rock.
yep.
And then, so this would be returning method
Yep.
is scissors versus
Versus paper.
paper.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like bang for the buck. Now, the thing that I think it also brings up though is if we read is scissors versus paper, we write is paper and is scissors. I think we should flip flop our the inside of those. So we're saying our shape first, then the opponent's shape.
Yeah.
I think that's again another quick, not a lot of time just to clean up.
I noticed that too, but I was wanting to we win, so we is first. It's kind of the logic I used.
Yep, exactly.
Run
Yep,
tests.
I think this is nice. And I think this
I
is
think this
didn't
is,
that didn't take any effort. So
yeah. Refactor, oh, quotes. Refactor. Struggling here.
extract I don't know, just extract methods to showcase winning conditions. Um,
I like that. Nice.
nice.
Okay. I think that cleaned everything up really nice. Like we have is tie, we win,
Yep.
and shape is, let's reach, we can take a
Shape
relook
is
at
very
shape.
clean. Um,
Yeah.
we have the shape score map right there. So we can just ask the shape, what is its score? And then
Nice.
our And that was nice too. Yeah, our total score is just really trivial. Just we asked the round result what happened.
Yeah,
Yep,
so I think if
I'm good with
we
that.
go back to our discovery tree, we think these are green.
I think so, yeah. I think we can from that then get rid of the take-in strategy guide as input.
Get
Or
rid
I
of
don't know
what
what
do you
that
mean?
is. Actually, is that part of the problem?
That is part of the problem. So if you remember, we're given a strategy guide of A, Y, at B, X, C, Z. We have
Oh,
to
yeah, so we
convert
started
those
inside
to,
out. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay, so we did the what problem is this? This is day 2. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the next thing is we basically need this interface layer. We need to write an adapter here of like taking their strategy guide and adapting it to the design that we made. Um, and if we
All
think
right.
about that, it's the strategy guide is, um, yeah, let's totally, let me hop in there too.
Yeah. No worries. I'm just trying to, I think, give us some more room because we're,
Yep. So here, I'll make a couple. So I'm actually return record. I'm just gonna get rid of that. It
sure.
was helpful at one point, and now we're at a different place. Okay, so taking strategy guide as input, and the strategy guide, the left column's the opponent's column, the right column's our column, and we have multiple. So what if we started off with just taking one round? So we take in one round first. That way we don't have to worry about that. And then from one round, basically we need to map um, map columns to shapes.
Yes. And they have two different keys, right? The left is one key and the right is one key.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Okay. Opponent shape. Actually, we'll do the other way. Yeah, basically, we map the columns and then map columns to constructed round.
I'm going to hop over to the advent of code just to kind of look to see if we're okay. So they want us to return a total score of all the rounds.
Okay, so I'll write that too. Taking one
Yep.
round. Let's put this at the top. So
Yep. Total round, or yeah, total score for all rounds.
gotcha. Rock and roll. Okay.
So where do we want to start?
I feel like mapping it to our round would be maybe the easiest.
Okay.
So boop, 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 boop.
Let's hop over here. Now, do we have a class above round that would kind of do this orchestration and eventually ask the round how we win?
We do not have it today, but we could. And I think maybe
I think that's what we want.
yeah. Okay. Here, let's write. I'm trying to think. We can start off. This is the classic. What do we name this thing?
Awesome applesauce. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think we call it awesome applesauce. Um,
All right. So export class awesome applesauce.
okay. And I think we can start off with a
Let's
test where we basically just have it take in um
so awesome applesauce.
yeah.
What's this first test?
So I think the first test is we um creates creates round object. We can basically just have it check the round object.
Check the round object. Okay.
Yeah. So create round object. Okay. And then we can, so let's new up an awesome applesauce. We're going to need a new awesome applesauce. Yep.
I'm just renaming it test object just because if we rename the class name, I don't want to also rename the variable here soon and we'll figure out what it looks like.
Yeah, totally. So then I think we say test object to round. And then what we pass in one line of the input. So the input is yeah, we can do to round, and then it takes in. Should it just take in a line, or should it take in both the characters, and we'll just do the. I guess we gotta just have it taken the
I
whole
was
line.
I was
Have it
gonna
taken the
say
whole line.
let's look at what we would be given.
Yeah, we're
We'd be
given.
given like A and Y.
Yeah, so let's have it take a string that contains both A and Y, and then we'll just have it deal with it for now.
Yeah.
Unless we want to.
But
Actually, you know what? You know what? We could.
is it
Yeah, we can do that.
this?
No, have it taken two parameters. We'll have something else that does the what is it called? Conversion of the
Deconstructing?
strings. Yeah. So first parameter A and then second parameter Y. And here then we just expect this to be equal. Or two equal, sorry. Just two equal.
You're fine.
New round. And then we got to know what the strategy guide does. What is A? A is rock.
A is rock, Y is paper.
Okay.
So wait, in the second
Yeah, it's opponents
we
on
are
the
the
left
Y.
and ours on the
Ah,
right.
geez. Oh, geez.
Yeah, so we've done it backwards of them, which is confusing, but that's fine. We can deal with it for the time being. So
Our shape would be shape dot
paper,
paper.
and they chose rock, shape dot rock. Okay, and now we fail because you round and fail. Yep, doesn't even compile.
Because we have no compile. All right, you want to take over?
Yeah, totally. Then boop, create method, boom, 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 boom. Return New round. I'm even curious if these will be equal to each other. Let's see. Yes. Did I do something wrong? No, I didn't. So this is where I think we have to do dot two deep.
I think so.
Yes, two deep equal, because that's actually then going under it's doing deep referential equality where it's going through every single property on the object and recursively going through everything that has an iterable and then actually checking equality there. So this ends up working because both objects have the two field paper and rock. And then it's actually checking those.
But I think the only thing I want to do is just change A and Y. I know we're not used yet, but maybe at least to get away from that.
Maybe to not confuse us, yeah. So what yeah, we can here, let's make
Opponents.
a what opponents shape.
Yeah.
Opponent input. I don't know.
Yeah, I like opponent input. I like opponent input.
Because it's kind of it is their shape, but it's like this gross string input.
Yeah, because it has to be hidden. It has to be a secret code.
Yeah. Okay, and that passes. So I think that's a good commit. I like that we change those names just for our own sanity. So implement basic 2-round to start using strategy guide. Can't spell, don't care. Blame my second grade teacher. Or blame me for not doing any homework. You be the judge. Okay, what's the next thing? I mean, we probably need to go through all of these, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Do we have a good name for awesome applesauce? Have we gone too narrow of a layer of this, or do we think this is good where we're kind of because we're doing inside out, which means now we're kind of assuming that there's going to be some code that reads the whole file, gets the two strings, then calls this, which I think's fine. You're cool with that?
Yeah, I mean, this feels a little different because I thought we'd have this one class and the constructor would take in the whole array. Um, and
Got it.
then we would just have a total. But it's going to be really hard to test drive all of that. So I don't mind these small steps.
Yeah, I
So
think that's the thing I was looking for was we need to test this AY. What's the smallest interface? And I actually don't even think this is the smallest interface, but I think it's good enough, maybe.
mhm.
Um, but okay, what would be the next test that we'd want to write if we want to continue on this path?
Let's just use the second round in. So let's go back to their strategy guy here.
Yeah,
B and X.
BX. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, so creates 2. I don't know what B and X are.
Yeah, we'll make names better as we go. We learn as we go.
B, I'm assuming. Well,
And
actually,
X.
I'm not going to assume anything. What is B in
All
the
right. Yeah.
guide?
In the second round, B is paper and X is rock.
Okay, so
Paper
paper
and rock.
rock. Okay, that is not going to confuse me. We
Yeah, it
run this test.
feels weird uh, for them to put
Percent.
the opponent first, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so failing test.
Yep.
Simple as possible. So if opponent input is equal to B,
Yep.
and here's the fun part is I think we can actually get away with.
Yeah, totally. You can just get away with. We only have 2 tests. Totally works.
We
Shape dot
want
rock and shape
paper.
dot paper. Oh, shape dot rock and shape dot paper. I did reverse it correctly in the
Yeah, yes, you did.
yeah.
And now it's making me wonder if we should change our moniker for this
I mean, we can.
and actually reorder things. It would be actually really easy if we get to green here to do that. Hey,
Yeah.
that's
I'd say
great.
let's do it in a separate commit just because it's kind of big.
Yep. B versus X in strategy. Although it's a quite simple implementation, not 100% correct. So yeah, I think if we come in here to the constructor and hit Command F6, we can literally just say boop,
Yep.
refactor,
And then do the same thing in round result. And I think we're good. I think our tests, no, our tests really don't care either. I think we've conveyed the intention in the test already that like, hey, this is the winning test. So I think it's all good. Cool. All right. Now we're no longer in backwards world.
We are no longer in backwards world. I'll run the test to make sure those are good.
Yep.
You
got to run the test backwards, actually.
Oh, dang it. Refactor constructors to match input of strategies.
Cool.
All right, so I just wanted to follow, I think, create round object 3. And at least we'll follow the strategy of getting at least the basics.
So C
and so it is
Z.
C and Z. And I'm assuming
it's scissors.
Scissors. They've played rock, paper, and now they've played scissors.
So they're both scissors, I believe. This is a tie.
Oh. I want to run all the tests. There we go. Failing test for you, sir.
Okay, cool. So then okay. Again, doing the simplest possible, which is not completely correct, but that's okay. I'm going to commit there. Oh, I was typing way too quick. Sorry. Simplest possible for C and Z round to round. Okay. So I think a potential refactor. So one thing that's nice about enums in it's actually kind of a double-edged sword. I'm figuring out in TypeScript is that technically a string enum is a string, so we might be able to just save our brains by just instead of using B and C, we could actually just encapsulate that as a string enum. Do we like that idea just to make things a little bit easier? I know we're not going to get a huge benefit out of it right yet, but as we have as we're kind of hard-coded tests, I think as we try to do the real triangulation, it's going to be really beneficial. It's going to save our bacon.
Yeah, I was leaning towards something. I was actually thinking to just do a map of our enum from their B to our enum.
Yeah, actually, that might be less work. I'm cool with that.
I'm happy to do yours as well.
No, I think the map. Yeah, again, it's like trade off. Like we could add the enum, but we're gonna use in one tiny place. So I say let's try the map, and then if we have a need for an enum, we can do it. So, yeah, let's do it. Do we want? I mean, I guess we have all three. The nice thing about the 3 test things they've given us is we're testing all 3 right now.
Mm-hmm. So I want to steal this as a potential?
Yeah.
Just as a template? And then, so this is maybe
eliminating duplication. Yep.
Opponent shape map. And so what do we have here? We have
so it's A.
A.
Yep. A is rock.
Z.
Yep.
And the shape dot rock, you said?
Yeah, it's rock, paper, scissors.
And we could do the same.
Yep. And it's literally XYZ is all you got to change. We
Our
shape
shape?
map.
Yeah.
We work map. No. XYZ, and it's rock, paper, scissors.
X,
And we
Y,
have tests
Z.
that'll tell us otherwise.
All right. So how do we use this?
So I think
Use it.
honestly wanna just we just
To me, it's
yeah,
just that opponent shape map with
opponent
opponent
input.
input.
Yep. And then the same thing with the other one, and then delete all the other code. This
I should
dot
probably actually do this, and we'll put it down here.
just throw it down there.
And so just dot our shape map is in our input.
Okay. And then
Should be able to delete this, and TypeScript isn't happy.
now it's mad because it's like
Yeah, because like these are seen as keys and not coming out as
string cannot be used to index type A, B, C. That is weird. What if you put quotes around that, it won't work, right? Yeah, you'd have to.
yeah. Prettier got rid of it.
Yeah, Pretty's gonna get rid of it. If you put angle brackets around it, so like array brackets, and then put it in quotes, it's stupid as it is. Maybe I think actually we just need to add a type. TypeScript just doesn't know what it is. So let's just add a type. Instead of doing that, just because it's less work.
Okay, what type do you want?
So let's just call it a input shape map. Input shape map. And then let's define it above. Interface.
Yeah. And it's a string.
You have to say the
Followed
variable
by
name too, which is kind of weird. So it'd be like X colon string or S colon string. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. And now if you scroll down, it should be shut up, maybe. No, it's still mad.
shut
What's
up
it
on
mad
the
about?
first. Well, the second one.
Oh, because it needs it in both places. Got it. Right.
There you
Cool.
go. Awesome.
That's easy. And then run the tests. Cool.
Yeah.
I say we commit. I say, sorry, I can't say S's apparently. I say we commit, and then let's change awesome applesauce after.
Yeah. Extract conversion of input to map. Yeah, what is awesome applesauce?
Um,
This is strategy converter? That's essentially what it's doing.
yeah, it's like strategy guide to round, basically. Can we say strategy guide line? It's kind of a line of the strategy guide, right?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. There, I rename it. Boop. Oh, I can't spell strategy. Strategy. Oh, guideline. So you miss all the shots you don't take. Or did I spell that wrong? Nope, spell it right. Okay, cool. Okay, and now I'm gonna just I know we did that variable thing. So the nice thing in here is actually I'll just rename test obj. Are we cool with that as a variable name, strategy guideline?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sweet. And then run the tests. And we're all good. All right, I'm gonna commit. Rename to strategy guideline. Okay. We're one step closer. Now I think we just have to do, yeah, if we pull up the discovery tree. I think we've mapped columns to constructed round.
Yeah, we've done opponent shape and this, right?
Yep. Just kind of did both. Made sense. So now we need to basically, like you were saying, we don't have a main method where I pass in the whole raw strategy guide and then it does the whole aggregation.
Yeah.
So I think let's do it. I think it wires it all up and then we can figure out the multiple rounds afterwards. So one round first.
Yeah. What are we thinking here?
So I'm wondering if we just create a class called strategy guide. I mean, that's what they're giving us, right? So
Hmm.
start. Then it's kind of like the strategy guide constructs all the lines and then uses those lines to determine all the scores. It's probably a good start. Cool.
So a
Then
constructor.
before we do anything, I think we can write the old test for this bad boy.
Strategy guide.
Sweet. Scores one
Okay.
round. Cool.
The new strategy guide. Dot
I created a
score.
line. It
Yeah.
was so happy. It was like, oh, I know that.
Dot score.
Love it.
We're going to do a variable, and this is going to be score.
Yep. And now we can. So if we look at this, the first round is A and Y,
Correct.
and A and Y gives us 8. I'd say let's just use the
Input.
literal example they have. So 8, the first one.
Sweet.
Um,
And so
so
we
in
want
our
to take
strategy
in the
guide
strategy
constructor,
here.
should we pass in the input? And right now it's just, so it's going to be a string. The whole thing's a string. And why don't we just pass in,
Is it a string of?
I don't think they've said anything. We could just make it a string if we want. We could also make it an array if we want. I guess that might be easier.
I like two things. Like if it's a singular array, it feels like it's potentially a two, right? So
Yeah, it
A
should be. Yeah,
Y.
yeah, yeah. Let's do that. That's
Or
simple because then we don't have to do any text
okay.
manipulation.
Or the other option I think is this. And we can stick away from two-dimensional arrays. Right, so the one is the opponent's play and our play, and we just match on indexes. I'm happy
Mm,
with either one, but those
I
are the
feel like
two
I like it
options
the
I
other
see.
way, just because if you were to actually, um,
Sure.
I don't know, I think they're cohesive and they should stay together. So as much as two-dimensional arrays are annoying, I think that's fine. So A and Y. Okay.
Change the strategy.
We
I
just call
think
it
this
guide.
is sure.
Yeah.
And it's a two-dimensional string array.
Yep.
And I think we just want to say private, right?
Yep.
Hold on to it. I even like private read only here. I don't think we want to change the guide at all.
Nope. Should not be
All right,
changing.
failing test. I'm going to let you finish.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm not returning anything. I was like, why are you mad? All right. We'll return 8. Passes. All right.
Commit.
Just do that just because I like spaces, but when it's that simple, might as well just inline it or get rid of the space. All right. So add or simple test for first attempt at strategy guide. All right, next test. I'm just going to do the next one in the line. Again, we've done all the real work of scoring, so scores. That still scores one round.
Just
B
of B. Yeah.
or BX. I'll change this one to A, Y. Oh, it should be 8. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's going to make it pass. It should be 1 because we lose. Take it away.
Oh,
So this we could just what return new strategy guideline. And I mean, you could just access the guide. Oh yeah, we have it taken into 2 round. Hmm. That's okay. So it would be 0, 0, and then you do 0, 1 is the second parameter.
It's why I dislike two-dimensional arrays.
Yeah. Is there tuples in TypeScript?
I mean, tuples are essentially just objects, right? I mean, so yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's any out of the box though. Then we don't need to do arrays like you're saying. Yes, we can do one nice thing. Um, cool. And that passes. Both tests pass. Cool.
Yeah. And I actually think this is a good stopping point. Unless we want to
Yeah,
write
five
maybe
minutes
that
left.
third test, if we want
Love it.
to review strategy
Guild
guideline
strategy.
to get score based on strategy. Yeah, I think we wanna pause here, and I'm gonna cut us back to the side by side view here,
Yeah, totally.
and I think it was good work. I think we're close to finishing up. We're testing one round at a time, just iterating over it. The next last step. So that'll be a really nice cleanup for our next week.
Yeah. I think this episode was nice, or this session, I should say, because we've kind of like we've been doing inside out, and I think what we've been just kind of instinctively going towards is like, what's the next piece of behavior I have to do, and what would be a simple interface so I could test that independently. Um, that way, I don't just have this ginormous test where everything under it's under test, and if something breaks, it you have to pull out a debugger and figure out what's going on. Here, we've got every single line of behavior having its own isolated test, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. We'll try to catch us next week.
Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.